Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson. It's JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. I'm tired today, y'all. I did a lot of work yesterday. I'm just beat. But I thank God for another day that I can be tired. There's a lot of people that make it. I forgot the girl's name. She's young too, 53 years old. She passed away. I wanted to do some more research on it. She was on a TV show. Oh, Jesus. See what getting old do to you when you try to remember so much? You can't remember nothing. But I'm going to do some more research on it, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow. Alexa, what's the weather today here in Charlotte? Alexa. Alexa, what's the weather today here in Charlotte?
Right now in Charlotte, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 26 degrees.
Okay. She must don't feel good or something, because she was slacking. Usually she answered right away. I don't know what that was about. And she's feeling sick today. I want to talk about yesterday. I want to tell y'all about the Asian market I went to yesterday. And I haven't been to an Asian market since I've been up in Philly and New York, here in Charlotte. This was the first one, so I was kind of happy. I've been to like an Asian fish market, but not a full Asian market. We support the Asians highly. We give them big respect up north, That's just what it is, because they bring stuff that we need to stay healthy. They give us fresh foods like fresh fish, fresh vegetables, stuff like that, fresh herbs. So we give them a lot of love. So Charlotte, I expect y'all to do the same for them here in Charlotte. My allergies are bothering me, y'all. I'm gonna take me some pills. Oh my gosh. So I went by there yesterday just to get a little tour of the market, and the market is pretty big. I don't know for those that know in Charlotte. It's in North Charlotte where Harvey's used to be. When I first came in, the Harvey's there. And now it's an Asian market. When I was working for Kellogg's, I had the Harvey store. That's why I knew about the location. And when I drove past, I saw it, and I said, we got to go in there and support them. They have, like I said, a lot of fresh seafood. So when you're looking for fresh seafood, you can go over there. I do a lot of the teas. I used to go down to Chinatown when I was young, when my stomach first got sick. And I didn't want to take the medication that the doctors gave me because a lot of the medications give you side effects. And being that I'm allergic to a lot of things, I couldn't take a lot of the things that they gave me, the medicine from the doctor. So I went down. I used to always go down to a Chinese restaurant down in Chinatown. I would go all the way down to Chinatown just to get this meal, y'all. Like, where you going? I'm going Chinatown. Where you going all the way to Chinatown? Get some Chinese food. Chinese food? You get a Chinese restaurant around the corner. I know, but they can't make it the way they make it down there. So I would get on the train and go on downtown Chinatown and get me some shrimp and lobster. And that's shrimp with lobster sauce. It's a lobster in the sauce, and you spread it over rice. It's so good. But anyway, when I was down there, I ran into a couple of mini shops that sold herbs And I went into one, and the guy, the owner of the store, he asked me what was wrong with me, and I told him. When I told him, he said, okay, I got some stuff for you. Excuse me, y'all. He said, I got some stuff for you. Come in here, let's see. So he gave me some chamomile flowers. And I think I've been telling y'all about these chamomile flowers. And he gave me a bag. He would put it, because he used to come in a barrel. A bunch of little chamomile flowers dried up. And he would put them in a bag for me. And he told me what to do. Go buy a strainer to make my tea naturally. And then he would give me some other different, like, stuff just for me to test. You know what I mean? And pretty much he was like the herbal doctor. The Asian herbal doctor. Okay? And he said, okay, now you try this. And then when you run out, come back. I said, okay. So, when I run out, I come on back and get my stuff, And I started getting better. Because for those that don't know, I lived off of water in my Atlanta for a year. Inshore. For a whole year. And I went down to 97 pounds. Because I couldn't eat. I was just messed up. My nerves was bad. My ulcers, I had ulcers. Oh, I was messed up, people. And I was young. That's what made it so bad. I was young. And my body was just, my stomach was just a mess, Couldn't eat. And if you can't eat, you can't live, So I was afraid, I'm saying to myself, like, well, how much longer am I going to live? Because if you don't eat, you don't live. However, the Mylanta and the Ensure did keep me living. But I had to, like, retrain myself to take and eat hard foods again, And that's where the Chinese helped me, with the different teas, the ginger tea, the chamomile tea, to help me digest the food and not eat certain foods that was going to hurt my belly. And I started to get better. I was starting to go through a lot of anxiety because of it. Sometimes when you go through illnesses, you get anxiety because you don't know what's next with this illness. So it bothers you, and you're not sure. I was walking around every day thinking I was going to die, because I wasn't putting food in my body. But then eventually I started out eating some, I call it silver dollar size pancakes, cereal, different cereals, and I was able to start eating again. So that was a part of my life that was like really stressful, So I trusted them, you know what I mean? So anyway, y'all know I'm getting older now, and I'm finally starting to go through the menopausal thing. And that's something that the youth, y'all don't have to worry about right now, but anything after, they say it can start anywhere from 35 on, okay? So y'all got to be aware, especially if you're not healthy, okay? So this is why we want y'all to stay healthy so you can prolong this thing for a long time, because that's the change of life. You may hear some of the rappers, they make songs about it, you changing, it's so crazy, but they trying to teach y'all, these are the things that's coming, because they see their moms go through it, their sisters go through it, their wives, so they putting it out there like, ooh, because sometimes it can be really rough, some women can be really angry, evil, some women can go through mental issues, some women can go through physical issues like osteoporosis, low iron, different things. So you have to, and when your body don't get what it needs, the estrogen that it needs, it can start breaking down on you. A lot of people turn to birth control pills. I'm not one that likes to take pills. Of course, y'all know that. I took birth control pills back in the day, and it did more harm to my body than help. So, that would not be an alternative for me. So, of course, I'm going to turn to my Asian people for that help. Well, when I went over there, I said, okay, I'm going to try to see what kind of herbs I can use to help me with my menopause. Well, guess what? They had a menopause tea already on the shelf for me. I was like, yes. I said, I ain't even got to go through all that searching what I need and none of that. I got what I need. And it was easy. Pick it up, pay for it. So, for those ladies that is at that stage that you're starting to go through the symptoms, start taking care of yourself and get the stuff that you need. Because you don't want to go on all these different medications that may react differently in your body than normal, But you also have to be careful because this is the time where when you start going through menopause, you can have multiple births. So you got to be careful for those that, is going through that. Because, the body is trying to get ready to stop doing what it normally does. So it's doing it a little bit faster than normal and can possibly have multiple births. So y'all be careful out there. Those that's going through menopause. This is where these 50 babies come in. 50 people be 50, 52 having babies, and that's how it happens, because they be at that stage. Best thing is to eat healthy. I hear the women on Facebook starting to talk about the hot flashes. They can't take it. Some of my friends that was younger than me was talking about it like 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm like, ooh, I ain't getting none of that yet, But I'm starting to get some signs and symptoms now, so it's like, okay, we got to fix this like early. I can't be going through all of this feeling, a certain kind of way. And I already don't eat certain things. So, like, I don't eat too much beef at all, So my protein is always low. My iron be low, and all of that messes with your thyroids and different things like that. So I try to eat stuff that helps me. A lot of people was laughing at me about eating seaweed. I've been eating seaweed for over 7 years. Been eating seaweed. Very, very high in iron. People tend to look at stuff, and say, they'll judge it and talk about it, but it's God's creation, and everything when God created the earth, there's a cure for everything on the earth for you. We just don't know because we're not scientists. We don't know every little berry and, what it can do, and this is what the scientists do. They find out what these particular various plants can do for us. Well, seaweed is one of the best. Now, mind you, most of the most powerful medicines and vitamins come out of the water. I don't know if y'all knew that. Oysters. Oysters are so good for us. The vitamins is like unbelievable. A lot of people are like, oh, oysters. Oh, they be like bottom. What they call them? Bottom sea. I forget what they call it. People always try to find a way to try to change what God has put here to help us. But these oysters, if you look it up, people. I don't have to tell y'all about it, and that's the thing. I don't like to tell people about stuff. I want you to look it up for yourself. If you had an oyster a day, you wouldn't believe how many vitamins you're getting. Only thing you got to be careful because it does mess with your hormones. Because when you're getting the proper supplements in your body, and your body's working right, these things is going to mess with your hormones, so be careful when you're eating oysters, y'all, because it's what they call them, aphrodisiac. You gotta be careful with those. Make sure you have a mate. Don't just be, eating that stuff and run out here just with anybody. Wrap it up. Because we don't want people getting sick out here. I've been talking to y'all youngins about wrapping it up. You have to wrap it up because you can get something that can kill you, or you can have a whole bunch of kids, and that can kill you too. Okay, because kids can drive you crazy to the point of no return. Okay, so either way, it can be a death sentence. So be careful, y'all. Just be careful. Today, I just wanted to talk to y'all about when you're involved in something, or you're involved with someone, be a friend, significant other, or just any project, you have to do your part. They have this saying, a team can make a dream work, If everybody's on the same level, things can work, okay? When you're doing what you need to do, Everybody's doing what they need to do. You can't be a part of a team if you're not going to play your part, okay? If that's what people fail to realize. You have to play your part, And that's just what it is. Okay, I'm going to use this for instance. Now, y'all see I live here in Charlotte, And most of the time, like in New York and in Maryland as well, those that's public figures, they play a big part in their city, and that part is they go out to different events or places, see what's going on for the city, and let them know, this is the way it works. It's been like this for forever, okay? That's how I started in the game, I always bought the new, whatever new came out, to let the people know what it's about, whether it's good or whether it's not, And I've been doing that since I was young, because I was a public figure in New York City as well, and Maryland. I didn't become a public figure in Maryland until 2012. I think 2012 for Maryland. 2012, 13, something like that. I had stopped, being a part of that lifestyle for a little while to, just to do me, and love me for a minute, But I still went out and bought the new when I saw some new stuff. So, this new, let's get this, try this out, Then when you be in the market, don't use that. That ain't good. Well, yeah, get that. That's good. This is what we do. So when y'all see me out and about, and I may see something new, like y'all seen the video of the new LG. It's at Costco's. That's why. Because I'm a public figure, for those that don't understand. And I've been a public figure since the time I stepped the foot in Charlotte. They already knew who I was when I got here. Did everybody know? No. But they knew when I came from Maryland, I was already a public figure. And then I came here. A lot of them knew about Buffalo days. Some of them knew about my New York days. So, yeah. It all plays a part. So when y'all see me go out to the different markets and different places, or tell y'all about what radio station to listen to, or what radio station to support, or what organizations to support, this is why, Now I'm getting kind of fed up with Facebook, like yesterday, and I'm going to talk about this. Yesterday, a Navy SEAL He passed away, and y'all know I'm big into the military, you know, highly into the military, okay? Because my family, they wasn't in the Navy. They were all Army, okay? However, I wanted to give my thanks and condolences to this family. And Facebook did not allow me to open up the post. They wanted me to watch something else, so they kept trying to scroll it to something else, for me to watch. And I felt disrespected. Okay, and I think, I'm gonna write Governor Cooper. I know it sounds crazy, okay, because they even did it to him. I'm gonna write Governor Cooper, and I'm gonna let him know what they're doing. He has public figures in this city, okay, and we all put information out there. I'm just one of the ones that do it a little bit more than others, because I've been doing it for many, many, many years. A lot of people don't know how to be a public figure. You don't always have to be out at events, doing community service work, because I do community service work every single day of my life. Some people do it when they feel like doing it, like my dad. He's older now, so he doesn't do community service as much as he used to, but he went out on Thanksgiving and did his community service because he's also a public figure. He's been a public figure for many, many years as well. He was also a limo driver, for those that don't know, here in Charlotte. He's been a limo driver for many, many, many years, that's one of the stories that New York can tell y'all about. My dad used to drive me around in a limo anywhere I wanted to go, and he'd pull up, and on 125th Street, and I get out the limo, they like, well, who's that? Is she a celebrity, And I could be just going to get me some White Castle, However, I rode in limos for many, many years. And then when he came to Charlotte, he had two party buses. And, he was servicing the community. However, people don't understand that, some of us, this is what we do. We service the community. Sometimes we get paid for it, sometimes we don't. However, this is what we do. This is what makes us a public figure. Okay? The time that we put into the communities. This is how we get known. This is the work that we put in gives us the respect in the city. Okay? This is how it works. And you have to play your part. You can either play your part as a team or you could play your part singly. Granted, these people here in Charlotte, they don't like to play as a team. So I play singly, Granted, I'm up on a little bit more than they may be up on because I do a lot of community service work, and not only that, I'm paying attention to other states. So by me paying attention to other states, because I have residency in other states, so I'm going to pay attention to those states. I have residency in New York State, I have residency in Maryland, I have residency in in Florida, and I have residency here in Charlotte. So I pay attention to these different states and what's going on in these states, and see if that's something that should be addressed in my state or something that we can tell our people about, It's like when I went to Florida a couple of years ago. Down there, everybody's big on electrolytes thing because it has been a big thing about heat and being dehydrated. And I even experienced it because the sun now, see, this is the problem that we're going through. And I'm going to explain this real quick. And then I'm going to go back to what I was saying. The sun ozone layer has broken down so much that, it's starting to hit us different now. It's not hitting us how it used to. And now we're exposing ourselves to the sun even more because we're working out, we're going outside trying to enjoy nature, but our ozone layer is already destroyed. Now, for people that don't know and don't understand, this is what Obama was fighting for. This is why we have the new Tesla cars and they're putting gas caps on the different, when you go to the gas station, you may see a gas cap on it now Now Maryland has had that quite some time now, because they worry about what they're putting in the air around their people, and now Charlotte's starting to get that, because cars, the exhaust, all of that is playing a part of the ozone layer breaking down. A lot of the stuff that we put into the air is a part of it breaking down. Even the big warehouses that you see with the smokes. The smoke that coming out, how they used to build the warehouses back in the day. Granted, they don't build them like that anymore. But back in the day, they used to build these warehouses and they had the smoke coming out of it. And guess where the smoke is going? Into the air. And so much of that over so many years has been breaking down this ozone layer. So now the sun is coming through harder than it ever did. And like I said again, this is what Obama was fighting for. He was fighting for some of these things, and a lot of people wasn't paying attention. This is why we're so big on getting these electric cars, because that will play your part, in purchasing gas and putting the fumes back into the air, and going solar. It's a bunch of things that we can do to change our environment, but we all have to come together and do it. And that's what I was saying about playing your part. No matter what we do, we have to play our part. Keeping the city clean, we have to play our part. It's everything. We just have to play a part. If we're a part of something, we have to play our parts in it. Just like when you go vote, they tell you to play your part. So it's the same thing, people. Now, getting back to, Jacksonville, I was talking to y'all about, I keep saying Jacksonville because that's where I used to live, in Jacksonville. Getting back to Florida. Florida is big in the electric lights as well, because y'all know it stays very, very hot in Florida, hotter than up here in Charlotte, because right now we're at our cold stage here in Charlotte. And I tell you all the time, Charlotte has bipolar weather. We can be cold in the morning, and by 12, we are at 70, 80 degrees, but now we at our cold state. So we things has changed. So it's kind of affecting us too, because we've been warm for so long. While y'all was cold up north, we was still wearing little jackets, but I had to wrap up my neck, put on a hat, so that way I don't get extra sick because of this corona going around. So with that being said, getting back to Florida, they introduced down there the Pedialyte, Pedialyte. We all know Pedialyte is for babies, but it gives you direct electrolytes, more than a Gatorade would, okay, and faster, and I had to do my research on it, because they had it all over the radio, get your Pedialyte, blah, 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 blah. They're not big on Gatorade down there. They're into the Pedialytes, they got the Pedialyte packets, So then I was at the store here in Charlotte at the Family Dollar, and I saw this guy buy some Pedialyte, and it was a mango flavor. Matter of fact, I'm going to go buy some of that stuff, because I want to try it, that mango flavor Pedialyte. But anyway, I said, "Oh, your baby sick?" He was like, "No, I ain't got no kids. That's for me." I said, "You from Florida?" He's like, "Yeah." So I started laughing, right? He said, "How you know?" I was like, "Oh, because I was just in Florida and I heard y'all marketing the Pedialyte." So I wanted to throw that out there, when I hear about other stuff, from a city that I am a resident of, I bring it to you guys, especially if y'all haven't been introduced to that, so y'all can stay up to speed. So I'm a little bit different than a little bit, some of the other public figures out here. I could bring stuff to y'all a little bit faster than other people, because other people, they were born and raised here, or they just don't get around, so they don't know what's going on. Or they don't do too much reading, but I do. So this is why I do the things that I do, and y'all see these stuff on Facebook and Instagram. However, Facebook and Instagram needs to stay out of it, and I'm thinking about writing Cooper on it, and letting him know what the social media in our area is doing, because I don't know if y'all know, in every area, social media is different. Okay, like when I'm in Maryland, my social media moves really, really fast. Okay, I mean really fast. Where here, if I post something, my people are not going to see it until tomorrow. Okay, or some of them might see it like later today. Okay. However, when I was in Maryland, my social media moved so fast, and I was closer to the people that New Yorkers, and a lot of my Facebook friends is New Yorkers. They was able to see it right away, and get the message. However, down here, it's like it moves so slow. Why? Because it's the South? No. you don't do that. You know what I mean? Because these people need to be able to see what's going on. And granted, I got people, like I said, from New York, from all over the place, from all over the world. I have people on my page, but mainly New Yorkers, New Yorkers and Marylanders. Okay, and I just started getting a whole bunch of the Charlotte ones, However, that makes it hard for me to be able to view when Cooper gets on, and I need to hear something that he's saying so I can tell my people. When I say my people, the people in the community that I'm around that don't know what's going on, because not everybody gets on social media, not everybody watches TV, not everybody listens to the radio, because it can become a mental issue after a while. So some people just leave it alone and they don't know what's going on. But I'm able to do that for them and say, hey, did you know X, Y, and Z? Cooper said blah, 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 blah. They're like, nah, I didn't know. Thanks. Okay, great. This is what I do. So I have to stay on top of all of this stuff, And when Facebook try to stop me from going into these different posts or lives, it's not fair to me, And it has nothing to do with internet, because at first I thought it was my internet. It has nothing to do with internet because I got good internet. Okay, I talked to Spectrum about it, and they said your internet is good. Okay, so whatever they doing, it needs to stop because I have to be on top of what's going on. Okay, and like I said yesterday, I felt some kind of way because here it is. I am a part of, I'm not a military because I haven't been in the military, but my whole family is military. God bless their souls. They dead, but they all was military. So how can you take the military away from me? How can you stop me from thanking these people and giving my condolences to them because they lost a loved one that was in the military? And it's my job, and it's everybody's job to thank these people for their service. But I'm dedicated to that. Okay? And I've been dedicated to that for many, many years. So who gives them the right to stop me from doing that? Okay, you can't do that. This is what we do. We market the military. They are part of my life. I was brought up by military men. This is why I'm the person I am today. This is why I do boy stuff. Okay, even though they be like, Jackie, 1 minute she wants to be a woman and be in a pretty dress, and the next minute she's in some Timbs and some dirty sweats, and she got a drill, and yes, because I was raised by military men. You can't take that from me. I don't know who Facebook think they are, but they have to stop. They have to stop. When we hear that, someone else part of the military passed away, we give our condolences. We thank them for their service. I do it every day in the streets. If they promote it, they have it on their hat, they have it on their car. We do it every day. So if y'all don't know what's going on here in the streets, y'all need to send somebody down like how Google does, okay? So y'all can walk around on the streets and know what's going on. Because not everything is on social media. People actually live real life in the streets. And this is what we do. Oh, wait. Yeah, social media is a trip, y'all. And people are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of it. I personally want social media banned. You know what I mean? But there's billions and billions of people on social media. They feel like, this is the only way that they can contact their people and see pictures and all that other stuff. And I get it. But not when they're trying to control people's lives. It's sad. The older generation don't even get on social media. Like when I say older generation, meaning like older than myself. They don't even get on there. Because it's just too much. They want to show you all this negative stuff. And you like, I don't even know this person. This person ain't on my page. Why are you showing me this? This ain't even a friend of mine. Oh, because I have it on public, so you showing me whatever you want me to see. It's just crazy, It's crazy what they're doing. And somebody got to get to the bottom of it. So I'm thinking about writing Cooper on it. And then I'm going to ask him to bring it to them higher ups, in presidency up there in the Congress and, and all of them. And let them review this thing because you can't stop information from getting out to the people. If you want to be, the whole world uses social media, especially the government. They're doing it more now because they see this is where everybody's at. They ain't watching TV no more. So we got to get on social media and talk to the people. But if you're not going to let us watch it, it's a waste of time. Really it is. This is why I think I'm going to bring it to the government because they're doing too much. We have to have this information. We need to know this information. Whatever my governor is telling me, I need to know. He could be telling me that there's a bomb on its way and it may hit in an hour. I need to know. How dare y'all do this? He could be on there. It's a bomb on its way at the speed that is moving. It can be here in like 48 minutes. Take cover. Go here. I need to know. I plays my part just because I'm a music artist. Y'all see me on TikTok. I still play my part. And y'all can't stop me from playing my part. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to my governor. Because he is the head over me. And if he's telling me this is what he needs me to do and play my part, I'm going to play my part. And you have to allow me to see that so I can play my part. So this is why, as y'all call it a snitch, I'm going to tell. I have to tell on this one. Because you stopping me from playing my part. Now, if it's somebody else's business, I don't care about somebody else's business. But now you jumping into my business. You stopping me from playing my part. And it makes me look bad. I got people right now, y'all, and this is the God honest truth, mad with me about stuff that they might have paid me for. And I put it out there. But they ain't seen it because Facebook will take it off, hide the video. They'll take it away. Who gives y'all the right to do these things? You don't know if what I'm doing is being paid for or not. And if it's not explicit, you shouldn't be moving it. You shouldn't be touching it. This is why now most of my stuff I put inside the stories. Because once it's in the stories, they can't touch it. They're not going to take it out until it goes out in 24 hours. Because if I put it down my stream, the people won't see it. And then they saying, well, I'm not. But what happened? You did the job of that? Yes, I did. I sure did. They say, well, how is it you getting paid from your music And your Facebook don't even move. They don't understand that. Because, I'm going to tell y'all, because the music that's being paid, I'm being paid on, was moving when I was in Maryland. Because the Maryland division worked this stuff the right way. But this Charlotte division or North Carolina's, they got some hatred on North Carolina. They really do. And I don't know what it's about. You know, first they tried to say we was all ugly. So I fixed that, tried to fix that. Started getting on there looking pretty. Putting on my little dresses. Get the ladies to look right so they can start exposing us a little bit more. You know? What is it now? What is the problem now? Why is it you keep trying to block us? Like we don't exist. But we do exist. You know, so, yeah, they got to get to the bottom of this one, y'all. They really do. It doesn't make any sense. Because they're not allowing us to play our part when it comes. It's different, you know, when you're looking at maybe some entertainment. But when you start to look at your government officials being attacked, being under attacked by a company, you know, and people can't open their posts to hear what they're saying, to give directions to the people that he, you know, we're on his watch. Something is not right. And it's not only happening to me, it's happening to others as well. You know, so I don't get it. You know, and I wrote Cooper on his page and let him know. So I don't know if he looking into that. The last one, after I wrote him about it, the next one that he came on with, they let me get into it. But now it's trying to stop me from going into the military stuff and listening to their thing. You know, the lady was telling the story about her husband, the history of her husband. And I couldn't even read it. I couldn't even listen to her. Because every time I hit it, it opened up, they'll take it away and bring somebody else there. How disrespectful. How are you going to disrespect our nation like that? I feel some kind of way. Where's all these people with this disrespect? It's like they pissed me off. I told you, man, pissed me off telling me Chris Brown was a social media icon. If I was standing in front of him, I probably would have spit on him. And I don't treat people mean and I don't disrespect them. But how dare you disrespect this man that's been out here for almost 30 years? Well, not that long. I mean, 25. A little under 25, maybe. Why you gonna disrespect that man like that? I do it to people every single day. It's unreal. Okay, we accepted the meme thing because, you know, everybody makes memes. But when you start getting to where you are disrespecting people's status or saying, oh, you just the government, we don't need to hear what you got to say? Or you just a military official and we don't need you to look at that? Who are you to choose for me what I want to intake in my mind? It has to stop, Facebook. Instagram too, both of y'all. I want to ban y'all. Y'all lucky I'm not president, because y'all will be gone. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all all, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Be safe. Make sure y'all keep the mask on. The numbers is going up. Remember to hand sanitize. And that's the other thing I wanted to tell you about this new Asian market. They take your temperature when you're going in there. I was so happy, you know, when I got there, you know, to see that. So yeah, y'all want to make sure y'all not around people with COVID. You go there because they are definitely taking your temperatures. Love y'all all. Talk to y'all tomorrow.